towards the end of this week, Ellen's going to have a scan on Thursday, and then we're going to meet up with a specialist on Friday, and then we're going to have, you know, a little more insight of what's actually happening with our twins and stuff like that. So things might completely change.
For the doctor to look over the results and let me know if I can go, and I am busting to pee. So never mind my hair, I've been waiting for like half an hour in the ultrasound room. The sonographer said she was going to go get a doctor, so I don't know what's going on. Hopefully it's just that it's a public system and you have to wait a while.
Hi guys, so it's Thursday and it's the day of Ellen's ultrasound. So what was supposed to happen is that Ellen was supposed to have an ultrasound at the Women's and Children's Hospital, and then we had an appointment booked in to meet up with a specialist tomorrow to go over the results. Not to sugarcoat it, we've got some bad news today. So twin B's the one sitting higher.
Yeah. Twin
B is going to have some heart problems. So basically, transposition of the great arteries. So essentially, what that means is, in your 4 ventricles in your heart, one pumps from the body into the heart, then pumps out to the lungs, pumps into the other half of the heart with oxygenized blood back into the body. And it kind of goes into a figure 8 kind of motion there. What's happening with twin B at the moment is that the arteries are switched into the heart. So we've got oxygenized blood from the lungs pumping into the heart, back into the lungs, and then blood from the body going into the heart and then going back out to the body. So what they tell us is that this is something that just happens. There's nothing that we've done.
It's not a twin thing.
It's not a twin thing. It couldn't have been prevented. It's just something that happens. Twin A is fine. Everything came back perfect with twin A, but now they're just focusing on twin B. This is still early days, so we've just got this information and we've just had a 15-minute sort of chat with one of the doctors in the maternal fetal medicine section of the Women's and Children's. So we're still finding out the sort of like what's going to happen from here. We do have a whole heap of scans and tests booked in now. So what this means is that they'll be born here in Adelaide, the twins, and then twin B will go to Melbourne for surgery as soon as possible. And we're sort of working out the logistics of that, how we're going to make that happen. More than likely, Ellen's going to have a C-section, so she's not going to be able to travel. So that's going to be myself at this stage. We're going to know more once we start talking to more doctors, more specialists, and sort of research a bit more on this particular situation and what we can do about it.
weeks, and then I'm going to have another scan, which was pre-booked anyway, and then have an echo of the baby's heart, and I'm going to see a cardiologist who specialises in this, and then we'll know a bit more, because there are a few variations of this transposition of the great arteries, so they need to know the heart's a bit small, so they can't exactly see how it is for the baby right now.
Yeah. So all this information for us right now is very new, very raw. I don't think it's really sort of hit us. We've sort of just had a few different emotions at the moment. Absolutely trying to stay positive. I think we just need to know more. Prior to this, we were not going to find out the sex of the babies. Now that, you know, we're going to have to obviously plan, and you know, there's going to be a lot more organisation and work out how we're going to make all this work. We are going to find out the sex.
I think as well, it's not in like it's the organisation things, but it's also like we need to celebrate things as they come up, and this is something we can know now and we can celebrate.
Yeah.
Although Charles and I will know, we plan on keeping it between Charles and I.
Yeah. As best we can.
As best we can, and I'm not the greatest with secrets, so we'll see.
So, yeah, I mean, but then also, now I guess we could sort of start, I don't know, talking to the babies, just sort of trying to interact a bit more now, and, you know, and treat them more like, you know, human beings, not just, you know, babies in our stomach.
Yeah. We have no intention of losing either baby, so we're going to do everything we can, everything in our power to make
Absolutely.
sure
I mean,
they come out healthy.
That was something that the doctor did want to talk to us about. You know, with this sort of situation, some people do take that option where they terminate the sick baby. That's not an option for us. And we're going to do everything that we can to make sure that Twin B or both our twins have a normal life.
One thing she says was that while this is a life-threatening condition for the baby, while the baby's in my stomach or in my uterus, the baby is healthy, like is fine. It doesn't affect the baby. I guess the only real things that add to the concern is that they are twin babies. They are sharing a placenta, and Twin B has marginal, I should know what it is, so the placenta, the umbilical cord is attached to the edge of the placenta, so it's not in a prime spot, so
I want to keep an eye on that.
Can lead to growth issues, so it's definitely like something we're going to have to monitor very closely.
I think in one of our upcoming tests or scans, they're going to be looking at that closely. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so we won't actually know. There's a lot of stuff that we won't actually know until, was it 19 weeks?
Yeah, like they did a full like morphology scan essentially today, but there'll be a lot more thorough at 20 weeks. But before the 20 weeks, I'll have another scan at 18 weeks, and that's just checking, you know, placenta issues and checking for twin-to-twin transfusion syndrome, like signs and things like that. But hopefully we don't have to worry about that, and this is the worst of it.
So to touch on what Ellen was saying before, with the babies being fine inside her at the moment, so they have in their hearts more arteries, and while they're inside mum, they're using those arteries, but once they're born, those arteries close up, and then with this transposition of the great arteries, with those arteries being switched, that's when it becomes a life-threatening condition.
So they'll have to put the baby on medication as soon as it's born to keep those arteries from closing until they operate, which they'll do in the first week or two of birth.
Yeah. So, I mean, we've got a lot of stuff to think about, talk about, how we're going to make this work, how we're going to work it around work, and also we got no idea about what kind of a financial strain this is going to have on us. I mean, like, you know, we did plan on having like one pregnancy. We're having two. We started to budget and plan for that, but then we don't actually know how this is actually going to affect us till we start talking to some specialists and people that know what we need to do from here, basically.
They did say they'll book us in with cardiac nurses, and they're the ones that work out the logistics of all of this.
Yeah.
And they'll work out the flights and the accommodation and things like that, but we'll have to speak to them to find out more. And lucky for us, we do have a good support system. Even with my parents living overseas, they'll come and drop everything at if they have to, and they'll be here to support us and to look after Emmy and Charles's mum and dad. They'll be here to help us too.
Yeah, like we just wanted to get this quickly down on film before, while it's still raw, while it's still fresh, and sort of keep you guys updated as much as we can on what's happening. Yeah, we're not actually going to know until we start speaking to people.
So my mum said cry today and be tough tomorrow. So today's I take it an all-in day, and tomorrow we just do what we have to do to look after our babies.
Yeah. So just quickly, we've got some ultrasound scans here. So
Twin B.
That's twin B.
That's twin B, and that's twin A, and twin A, and twin A's face staring at you.
Yeah. All right.
I guess that's it.
Yeah. So guys, we're going to take a little bit more time to digest all this information. Look, if you're pregnant with twins, got twins, or just interested to hear what we've got going on, look out for the next videos coming. Better yet, subscribe, and thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
Thank you.